The Figge Art Museum is a permanent fixture in downtown Davenport, and every year the art collection grows. Figge co-curator Joshua Johnson is here with us today. Joshua, welcome back, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to talk with you about the Figge. Now, we know that various exhibitions visit the museum all year round, but what people may not know that much about is the permanent collection that you guys have. Tell us about it.
Sure. So the original collection started in 1925 with the gift of over 400 artworks by C.A. Figge, and since then we've grown it to over 4,000 artworks, and each year the collection grows in leaps and bounds. For instance, in 2023 we added over 400 artworks to the collection. So and we're already on track to surpass that again this year. So that's all through the generosity of local benefactors, local art collectors who've been donating things to us, and of course also fantastic artists who have been kind enough to gift their works to the museum.
Now, this may be a super silly question. When you say 4,000 pieces of artwork, I mean, do you guys have some of that in storage that you like? Do you rotate that? You know?
And technically, we actually have over 6,000 works in the museum itself, but that includes some loans and other things that aren't technically part of our collection, but are on generous loan to us. So we have, if my math holds up, which is always iffy, we have maybe about 10% of it on view at any given time, which actually, considering most museum storage, is a high percentage of works on view.
That is truly amazing, 10%. So there's just like walking around the Figge, all this art that's hidden that
Well, and it rotates all the time. So people who have been there in the last year, come again, come frequently, because even the things in our permanent collection get rotated out all the time.
That is very cool. Okay, so over the past year, you mentioned you guys received, what, 400 pieces of artwork just in 2023, but you have added 3 new works from a New York-based painter, Mary Beth McKenzie. So talk about her work.
Yeah, so Mary Beth McKenzie is a New York-based, she's a figurative painter who paints solely from life. Usually they're friends or family members of hers. And she had a work in what is called the Museum Exchange, which is this program that museums can apply to receive donations from art collectors who are looking to place their work in a museum. So we received the first work, 2 nude figures that way. We're looking at one of her subsequent works here now, Andrew, which she donated after visiting the museum to see that initial donation, and she was so impressed with the kind of quality of our local museum here and with our kind of continued drive to increase the number of women artists represented in the collection that she decided to donate actually 2 more works, Andrew and Christina, and she's actually just donated another work to us, a self-portrait.
A self-portrait, okay. And this one is Christina.
Yep.
Wow, amazing. How does it feel, I mean, for you guys as an organization, as a museum, to hear, when an artist is just so impressed with what you're doing that they want to do something like that?
Well, I think it's a great, it's a great testament to the quality of the museum and the collection that this community has really grown. We work there, but this is really a showcase of what this institution has built over generations and will continue to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we want to move on because we are going to talk about some other artists here today. You have 2 other recent acquisitions. Nicola Hicks.
So Nicola Hicks is a fantastic British sculptor. We acquired actually a 600-pound-ish bronze from her called The Emperor's Daughter. We think we need to do some more research, but we think it's based off a Romanian folk tale about an emperor's daughter who had to battle him on a bridge, actually, where the emperor trained into a wolf. I'll need to do some, we're going to get some more research on that.
I love that, though.
It's super fascinating, and her process is also amazingly engaging. She uses plaster and straw, and then she casts the whole thing in bronze, and so you get this really detailed surface that looks like it's just made out of kind of mud and sticks, but it's actually this really labored, amazing process.
That is beautiful, and something that, I love that you guys provide these images for us, but to see it in person.
And there's going to be an opportunity to do that. So the Emperor's Daughter will be on view in our Sculpture Garden exhibition that'll open later this March. And actually one of the Mary Beth McKenzie paintings is already on view if they want to stop by the permanent collection.
Wonderful. And the other artist is Vincent Smith.
Yes. So Vincent Smith is an amazingly important African-American artist who was in the Harlem and Brooklyn neighborhoods of New York City in the 50s through really the late 70s is when he was the most active. Started out really doing these vibrant depictions of kind of jazz life in the city, but then in the 60s became more interested in kind of the civil rights movement and really displaying the kind of inequities in the art world depictions of the African-American community. So he's trying to right those wrongs.
Wow, amazing. So you just got a little taste of everything that's going on at the Figge. It's been really fun talking to you today.
Been great talking to you.
Yeah, I can see your passion and your knowledge and when you speak about these pieces of artwork, which is always a good time. Of course, for more information on any events, activities, and exhibitions happening at the Figge, visit FiggeArtMuseum.org. As always, Joshua, thanks for being here today.
Thanks again for having us.